I put my hand there. This hole, felt the hole somewhere over here. And then I moved. I said, Yvette. And her face was empty. I said, no. It was supposed to be me. No, this is not happening. This is not happening. And then I freaked out and I was just freaking out.
Welcome to 8MC Investigations. We come to you every single week with new videos, so if you are a fan of consistent content, we hope to see you hit that subscribe button. I want to thank all of our members for the extra support. It really does help us continue to do what we do. Thank you all. Okay, enough rambling. Let's get into it. January 5th, 2017, Lubbock, Texas. After receiving a 911 call in the early morning hours, police arrived to the residence of 47-year-old Juan Carlos Gallardo and his girlfriend, 28-year-old Yvette Ellis. This call was made by Carlos, who was still on the phone with dispatch when officers arrived. He was told to exit the home with his hands raised, as he had already told the operator that Yvette was lying motionless on the ground, and he believed that she was shot. Carlos was taken down to the police station for questioning while detectives processed the scene and rendered aid to Yvette. And this is the first interrogation of Juan Carlos Gallardo. The second interrogation is available for early access on our Patreon. That link is below. As always, stay to the end for the conclusion and more details on the case. But first, let us have a moment of silence for the victim in this case.
Mr. Gallardo, can you have a seat for me right there? It's not so warm in here. Come sit here.
You want a handcuffs?
Hey, Mr. Gallardo. Mr. Gallardo, if we take the handcuffs off, will you be cool with us? Will that be okay? All right, yeah, you go ahead.
All right, Mr. Gallardo. Stand up. I'm gonna get these handcuffs off you. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Need some water? What? You want some water? Coffee? You let me know what you need, and I'll get you coffee and water. Yes, please. I'm gonna get right beside you, okay, Juan? I'm gonna get right beside you and get this chair from you, all right? Watch your head for just a second. This can you see this real quick, Juan? I want to go over this. We want to go over something real quick with you, real quick, okay? You okay? You want to get you a bottle of water?
You want anything? I'll get you.
Need some water? Tell you what, let me get you some water so you can take a few swigs, kind of get you to relax a little bit, okay? That sound all right? Here goes some water. I'm gonna set that right there.
Hey Juan, I know this is hard and everything, but real quick, I just want to go over something with you real quick. You know that out there that I asked you if you would sign this piece of paper for us just to go into your house and photograph everything, right? Do you remember me asking you to do that?
This not happening. No, I was gonna sit down and eat dinner. And no. I was just trying to.
And so you remember.
She always tries to stop me. She's stupid. She always tries to stop me.
You remember me asking you to sign this, right? You remember that one? You remember me asking you to sign this for us to go in your house? You remember me asking you to do that?
Let me come around here real quick and just, you know what the top says? That's what we asked you in the patrol car. This was the consent to search form. This is the case number 17474. Okay, we just want to reiterate what we did about 15 minutes ago in front of your house. So if you want me to read it out to you while you have it, you want to read along while I read it? That way it makes it easier for the both of us. Juan Carlos Gallardo, after having been informed of my constitutional right to not have a search made of the house without a search warrant, and of my right to refuse to consent to such a search with my signature hereby authorized police officers, which is us, LPD, police officer, any peace officer, any other related investigators, to do a complete search of the following, which is your house, anything related to case number 17474, your signature, Juan, and then of course, right there. So that's basically saying that you gave us consent to go in your house to look at everything, take pictures of everything, take anything that we feel like we need to take that's related to any of this. Does that make sense? So, having said that, I mean, do you still, I mean, does this still make sense to you? Can you give me a yes though?
I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
I can't think right.
Okay.
I'm fucking scared.
Right.
Scared for death.
Right. And absolutely.
I think this is his dream.
We absolutely understand. We understand there's a lot going on. We totally understand that. What we're trying to do is we're trying to make sense of everything. So we're gonna need your help to piece everything together. Does that make sense? So that's why I got you a bottle of water, so you can take a few swigs to try to calm down, try to relax, and help us help you make sense of everything. Because, I mean, we're just as confused as you are right now, because we don't know. That's why you're here. We want to know what happened. We want from point A to point B. That way we can piece the puzzle together. Does that make sense? So we start off with this consent to search form, what we talked about outside. We asked you for consent of your residence so we can take anything from the residence that we may need that's going to be applicable to what we're working. Okay? Does that make sense so far? Okay. You agreed on seeing that you would sign the signature. This is your signature here. You agreed to that. Does that make sense? So with that, yes or no? I'm sorry.
Did you know that this video was already available on our Patreon? And this case and many other cases will have lots of extras for you on our Patreon as well. Not only is it a great way to support the channel, you will get a lot of exclusive and early content as well. We have a free trial over there, so make sure you check us out. The link is below.
yes.
Okay.
I signed it different.
Okay, so, and the reason you probably sounded different was because we were trying to take a handcuff off you, if I can recall correctly,
And the babies?
to sign that. We'll get to that point in just a second. I promise you. We will get to that point in just a second. I promise you. What we need to do is just reiterate on this here that you've given us consent to search your house. Yes or no? Okay.
Okay.
Is that a yes? And I don't want to be, but is that a yes? Okay. So, having said that,
Okay.
having said that, he's going to take over from here and read off a little bit more of what he needs to read, and then we'll go from there. Okay. So, if there's anything that we can do in the meantime, I've got you some Kleenexes here in case you need it. If you need some crackers or something, let me know. I've got your trash can beside you in case you happen to get sick.
And let me know if it gets really hot in here, okay? Let me know if you're too hot. I know it might feel good right now because it was so cold outside, but in a little while it might feel really hot. I'm sorry about that. I want to talk to you about what happened tonight, but I've got to read you something first, okay? What are you looking?
I'm at a police station.
Yeah, you're at,
Yes, sir.
You're at the police
Officers?
department.
Yes, sir.
We're detectives with the police department.
He's going to identify himself in just a moment. I'll identify myself.
And,
We'll ask you to identify yourself.
Yvette,
And then he's going to read off.
did Yvette make it? Please tell me.
We don't
She's at the
know.
hospital, at the ER.
We honestly, Mr. Gallardo,
I kept asking and asking, please get someone over here, and they were just saying other stuff, and I just kept begging them, please come over there as fast as I can. And I asked them, what can I do? What can I do? Because it was supposed to be me. It was supposed to be me.
Okay. And I want to talk to you about all that real quick, okay? And just before we get started, my name is Detective David Schreiber, okay? And it's about 21:34 hours on the 5th of January 2017, and this is,
Detective Franco.
and I want to talk to you about what happened, but I've got to read you this first, okay? You have the right to remain silent and not make any statement at all, and any statement you make will be used against you at your trial. Any statement you make may be used as evidence against you. You have the right to have a lawyer present to advise you prior to and during any questioning. If you are unable to employ a lawyer, you have the right to have a lawyer appointed to advise you prior to and during any questioning. You have the right to terminate this interview at any time. You knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily waive these rights and wish to speak to us now.
Mr. Gallardo, all of the instructions that he read on that card, were you able to understand all of those instructions there? Or would you like for us to read it one more time?
Do you want me to read it one more time?
Yes, and I apologize. It's not right.
If you can just, and if you can sit up straight, take a few deep breaths, relax for a moment. We will get to that point, okay? Nothing makes sense right now. It didn't make sense for any of us. That's why we're here. We have got to make sense of everything, okay? So
As long as she's okay. As long as she's okay, just,
when we are
take care of her,
done,
because
when we are done, we will place that call. We will check to see what we can do, and just like we normally do. When we get through, we'll continue to check and see what the status is, et cetera, okay? He's gonna read the instructions one more time, okay?
Okay. You have the right to remain silent. Do you want to talk to us about what happened tonight?
do I need a lawyer? I don't know.
That
I didn't.
that's
I was trying to.
that's your right. That's totally up to you whether you need one. We can't answer that for you.
I don't know.
We don't know what happened. What we're here for is to see what happened. But at the same time, we can't proceed with this if, after the card that Detective Stryber has read. We can't proceed. It's all up to you, whether you want to speak to us or not. And if you don't, we're fine with that. But we have to make sense of everything.
I don't have money for a lawyer.
Okay? And it says if you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed to you. So don't think that, well, I don't have the money, then I feel like I have to. No, it's not like that at all. If you don't have the money, you don't have the money. One will be appointed to you. Basically, what we're here for is we're here to figure out what happened. That's what we're here for. So, with that being said, it's up to you whether or not you want to speak to us or not. Okay?
Just as long as you check on her, please.
Well,
please, and tell me.
We'll check on her. I don't know the condition. We just got called and said, hey, you need to come to this house. We, as detectives, we get there. The first thing that we do is, our main thing is you and whoever else was around there. We get you, we talk to you.
I was trying to wake her up.
Okay.
And I told him to help me, tell me the CPR, whatever. And he told me go outside, and I said somebody needs to be inside with her.
So, are you wanting to talk to us about this, Mr. Gallardo, or do you want what? It's up to you. What would you like to do?
Both.
You would like to speak with us?
Y'all and a lawyer.
So you want to terminate, and get an attorney, or do you have two? And I understand your gentleman is going 1,000 miles an hour. We understand that, but you got. I'm going to break it down as easy as possible. Okay, you got two options. Either one, you can speak to us now, or the other would be not to speak to us and wait for an attorney.
I don't know whichever's best. I don't know. I don't know. I just help her. Just help her, please. Please, I pray. Every morning I go to work, I pray. I pray to be a better father, a better worker, a better husband, a better friend. We go to Trinity Church. We do everything. God's on my side. He's gonna help her.
Okay,
That was supposed to be me.
but do you understand what he just said to you? We want to talk to you about what happened, but ultimately it has to be your choice. So do you want to speak with us now and tell us what happened, or do you want to wait and get a lawyer?
What? But to y'all and a lawyer is how you're supposed to.
Okay, well, and here's we totally respect that. So here's what's going to happen. If you wish to speak to us with an attorney, that's not going to come tonight. I don't know when, he doesn't know when, you don't know when. It could be 2 weeks from now, whenever because you said you didn't have any money, so one's going to be appointed to you. So it could be 3, 4, 5 weeks down the road. It could be 5 days. It could be 7 days before one comes. So
She'll tell you.
You are in custody. I mean, we explained to you that, right? I mean, you do know that, right? You're in custody. Okay. I don't know the status of her. He doesn't know the status. We don't know the status. We're just detectives. We're not medical personnel. So she could be at the hospital. That we don't know. Okay. So since a crime was committed, you are in custody. Okay. So from here, you will be transported to the Lubbock County Jail. Okay. For what charge, I don't know, because we don't know the status. We're just detectives. So I just wanted to make that clear to you so you'll know. You know, I don't want you to think that you're fixing to go home, because you're not fixing to go home, Mr. Gallardo. I'll be completely 100% truth with you. So since I've explained that, and Detective Schreiber has read you your Miranda warning. You had the two options at the bottom of your card. It was A, you can speak to us without an attorney, or B, you cannot speak to us. You won't speak to us until your attorney is present. So there's two options there, right? So with that being said, since you're being transported to the Lubbock County Jail, and let's say you decide that you don't want to talk to us and you want to get an attorney appointed to you, I mean, it could, like I said, it could be 3 or 4 weeks from now. I don't know that. I mean, he could come in 2-3 days and say, hey, I'm ready, Mr. Gallardo, we can come talk to you. It could be 2 months from now. We don't know that. I wish I did. I wish we did, but we don't know that, okay? So I just want to reiterate to you real quick, we're gonna ask you one more time whether A, you do want to talk to us now, or B, you want to wait till you have an attorney.
Can I wait till we both talk to you?
Well, that's what's gonna happen. If
No,
you,
me and Yvette. Like, can she explain to y'all exactly what happened
I mean,
and why?
I don't know the injuries of her, but I mean, if I really don't know, that's kind of tough to answer. I mean, we don't know what the injuries are. We don't know. You know, it could be kind of, you know, petty. It could be serious. I mean, I don't like to use more words than that, but I mean, we don't know. I don't know. He doesn't know, and obviously you don't know. So, but we don't want to continue, you know, for hours and hours and hours.
You know, every night.
So
this isn't happening.
This is just the opportunity. If you want to tell us your side of things, what happened, this is your opportunity to tell us your side of what took place, because like he said, we don't know, and we're trying to understand what happened. Okay?
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be
oh no.
I'm fucking scared right now.
And
I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what's going on. This seems like this didn't happen. We hold hands every night when we go to bed. This isn't happening. We say our prayers. Oh, something's not right. Something's not right. I'm telling you.
So
something's not right. We just go to work and we come back.
Do you want to talk to us about this? About what happened today and what led to this point?
I can't. Can you give me a minute?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Sure.
I'm diabetic. I'm freak out.
How are
sometimes I pass out. I hyperventilate.
Are your sugars good right now?
I don't know. She takes care of me.
Do you wear a pump? Do you wear a pump or anything?
No, I just take insulin.
Okay.
But this can't be happening. Like it. I called 911. I called 911.
Juan, do you want to talk to us about this? Do you want to talk to us about what happened? You do? Okay. All right.
So, real quick, Mr. Gallardo, you're waiving your rights to speak to us. Is that correct?
No, I'll talk to everybody.
You'll talk to us? Okay.
I want Yvette to be here. I want her to talk to. I want her to tell y'all. I don't want to look like I did something wrong.
Hey, Juan.
I want to tell y'all.
Juan, look at me. It's not going to be a possibility for Yvette to be here right now because they're working on it. Okay. Okay. So can you just walk us through what happened today? Okay.
From work, she just texts me like every day, I love you, clocking out, going home, this and that. From work, yeah, finished my job, job. I go home. I clock out. I go home. I go home. I see her. I go home. Regular. It's regular. I tell her I was cold again today. She's playing the Xbox. She told me she paid the rent. She paid the rent. What do I want to eat? You know, playing the Xbox. I came in. I told her it was cold. I told her it was cold. I think I went and laid down real fast to warm up. I took my boots off. She came in there to see how it was. She always checks on me because I have diabetes. She always checks on me. She felt my feet. My feet hurt. They swell up. I don't remember when she asked me if I need a shot or if I was hungry or I don't know. She told me get up, go to the store. Went to the store. United. United. Where's United? United.
Go back to the house.
We went back to the house. No, we went back to the house. Went back to the house. Got her stuff off. Started playing around like we always do. Helped her mix beans. Take the beans out of the crock pot. Cut the hot meat sausage. Put it in a pan. Chicken. We had to turn the chicken back on when we went to the store. Maybe made tea or she made tea. And then drank some Kool-Aid.
What happened after the Kool-Aid? After y'all made the Kool-Aid?
No. She made tea or Kool-Aid. I made the Kool-Aid for the boys that wanted Kool-Aid. She was getting plates ready. We always joke around.
What do you mean joke around? Like just poke fun at one another, just kind of giggling, joke around?
Yeah.
Okay?
We play. flirt.
Right. Is this why you're making the Kool-Aid? Is this why you were making Kool-Aid for the boys?
I made Kool-Aid. I made Kool-Aid. She made tea.
Okay.
For dinner.
Right.
And,
What happened after that?
food was ready. We're getting plates out. You know, I had to add stuff to the beans. We were talking, singing something, and she said something.
Was it an argument that was, I mean, was it something that you felt like y'all were arguing about, or was it just were y'all still like joking around at the time? If you can't remember, that's fine. You can go on to the next step. We're just trying to see if it was like in a joking manner or if it was in an angry manner.
No, we were still joking.
Okay.
I don't remember. We always say something stupid to each other.
What's that?
And then
What is that stupid? I mean, what? Like a certain set of words that you think is that we say stupid. It might be silly or whatever, but is it a certain set of words that you use or y'all use?
Yes, we kind of play the same thing out here.
Okay. What words are those?
I can't remember. It's like
Okay.
it's like an everyday thing where we joke and kid around.
Okay. What happens after that?
Did something upset you?
We're united. We're walking to the parking lot, and I always tell the boys, "Stay with us. Don't run away. Don't run away." And Zayden ran, trying to run to the car, and the car was coming. This lady was coming, and I yelled for him. I yelled something. Hey, boy, you get back here now, and stuff. But I never yell at them, and I yelled, and we got to the car, and I was explaining myself to her that I was yelling at him because that car, not to get mad at me because he's been told. And I said, wouldn't you rather me tell him to stop in that car? And she said, yes, okay. But the whole time we're going back home, she was
Upset at the fact that you probably raised your voice at
she was upset.
your son when you're trying to look out for your son.
She was upset. Went home. I started trying to play with her and kid around, trying to get her back out of that mood and tell her, you know, I do the same thing to my son Gio. He comes over every weekend. He's the same age as Aiden. And she said, I know. I said, okay, I just don't want you to think that. And then the whole time he's looking at me and he's like wants to cry or something. And that's where I said, I'm sorry. And I told her, I said, he needs to learn. You don't want accidents to happen. She said, okay. And she started saying that I think that something that if it was my son, I wouldn't have yelled like that or something. And I said, yes, I do, but you know, I never spanked my kids, never spanked her kids. She brought up, I don't know right now a little other things were said and went to the point where I think when I was unfaithful to her, which was over a year ago. And
Did that come up tonight?
She brought that up, and I paid my price.
Now, one of the things you said to me in the patrol car earlier is this was not the first time that you tried to hurt yourself. After she made that comment, did that make you feel like you wanted to hurt yourself? How did that part happen?
Just wanted somebody to do right with, go to church and do everything right. I started going to church. I thought it was the right thing to do to confess to her. Yeah, I was unfaithful to her.
You manned up?
I mean, I was a piece of shit. I didn't deserve her. She deserved better, I told her all the time. She deserves better. She would listen to me, all the problems that I've had in my life. I've tried to do right. The abuse, the dreams I have, how I help everybody and nobody helps me. Just stay home. And every time I tried, she would stop me.
Because she loved you.
She told me every time, if you love me that much, you will stop, you won't do that. I just told her I'll prove to you how much I love you and how much I'm sorry that I had
Is that when you got your gun?
She sat down to eat. She thought I just went to the room. I sat there
Sat where?
in my room.
Okay.
Just tell myself, just do it. You fucking piece of shit, just fucking do it. Just fucking do it.
What happened then?
I heard her calling me, babe, are you gonna eat? You gonna eat? I wouldn't say nothing. To the living room.
You went to the living room?
Went to the living room, and she saw me, and she said, "You're fucking stupid or something." I said, "Really?" I said, you want to throw every time I do something wrong, or you think I do something wrong, you just throw that stuff in my face."
What stuff?
I really changed.
The cheating stuff?
I did change. I really did. I don't put my hands on her. Never. She actually, people can tell you, she'll hit me every night. It doesn't hurt. Sometimes
So you told her every time we get into an argument, you're always throwing this stuff into my face. That's what you tell her? Okay. I just wanted to make sure because I
I
was
mean, she doesn't always bring it up. Just
right.
When she does,
So when she brought that up, or when you said that, how did she respond to it? How did Yvette respond to you, or what did she tell you after that?
that's what.
After you had told her every time, or you say you always bring this up. How did Yvette respond? What did she tell you?
She was just kind of crying and singing.
She was crying and saying something. What it was, we may not know. You may not know now.
She she would say. She said, "That's my answer to everything."
That was your answer to everything.
Because if I didn't tell her, I'm just gonna hurt myself.
And that's what you know. Had you already? Obviously you had already been saying that. So at that time, were you still telling Yvette that you were going to hurt yourself? Okay. And what happens
I just said maybe I should just get rid of myself, and that way you'll be happy. That way you won't have to worry about me or somebody cheating on you. And she said, "That's your answer to everything. Just leave."
And were y'all arguing in the living room when this conversation took place?
I was in the living room. She was in the kitchen.
Okay. And did you have your pistol with you?
I think I put it on the couch.
Okay.
I sat down.
So what happened after that when she said, "That's your answer to everything"?
That's my answer to everything. Well, there was other stuff said because I guess I tried to leave. She doesn't let me leave either. And I know I'm bigger and stuff and I can leave.
Mm-hmm.
Something inside me wants her to stop me.
Mm-hmm.
Just to show me. And sometimes I do that so she'll just say that she forgives me.
So how did it come about that the gun went off?
I went to the kitchen. She's eating. And I stand on the round part by the kitchen, the island thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like kind of sitting on there or something. I just keep putting the gun back and forth like that. I said, "Will it make you happier if I do it or if you do it?" Just put it different positions.
Okay, so you're kind of putting it against your head. What happened after that?
She told me to stop. She said, "You better stop." And I went toward the oven, like backed up over there. Made it a little more serious.
When you say serious, how explain to us how serious it was.
I went from here yelling at her that you're never gonna be happy enough or satisfied with anything that I do. That was one of our arguments all the time.
Right.
I go to work, I come home, go to church on Sundays. You look at my wallet where we signed the kids up. We took the kids every Sunday to take them to their classes, and we do
At what point did the gun go off?
Oh, that fucking. So we're there, I'm like this, and I said, you know what? I said, would this make you happy right here? I think I got down on the floor, or on a knee. I said, here, why don't you pull it for me?
How far away is she from you? Is she close to you at the time, Juan, or is she?
I got down.
When you went down to one knee and put the gun up here and said, "You do it for me," how close was she to you? About as close as we are, you think?
But she was standing.
So she was standing up and you were on her knees. So she's looking down on you as you're down with the knee here. So is she behind you, or is she to the side, this side, or in front?
At that time, I'm by the oven.
Okay, so you're by the oven. So your back is against the oven. You're down on one knee and you have the gun here, and you say, "You do it for me." Where is Yvette standing right now? Is she standing here, here, or here?
Just in front of me.
So just right, probably somewhere right in here.
She's crying. She's just saying shit.
Okay.
But not bad anymore.
Right. Right.
And I'm just losing it, and I get it, and I start hitting myself a couple of times.
Hitting yourself on the head with the gun,
Mm-hmm.
where it's kind of red up top.
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay. Where does it hurt? Does it hurt?
It hurts.
So you're hitting yourself with the gun. What happens?
I know I get up, and she's trying to take it from me. I said, "Do we do this?" And we wrestle. I shove her away. And she comes back and says, "No, you fucking stupid asshole." Said, "If you love me, you would stop. If you really love me, this is not how you prove you love me." And I said, "I don't know what else to do, because you're always gonna bring that shit up." And then we're there, like by the stove, sink in the corner, right there. She tries to grab it again. I move back a little bit. She goes forward. Now she's got a hold of my hand with it.
Mm-hmm.
She's trying to lead forward with it.
Mm-hmm.
We're stopping right there, and then we stop, and then we're just yelling. She says, I love you, babe. I do. But you gotta stop this shit." And stuff like that. I don't. And then she said, would you like it if I was doing this or something like that? And my hand's still on it. I'm letting her control everything. I just will not let her take the gun. She said, would you like it if I did this? And I said, no, I wouldn't. Like that. She says, yeah, you wouldn't like it, would you? And then we're just right there by the sink. And that's all I remember. I just hear a pop. And then she lets go, and then I'm still looking like it went off. It went off. And then I'm looking, and she's down there, right there by the oven. And I'm looking, I was like, oh shit. Oh, and then I say, Yvette, and I kept trying to wake her up. And then I looked at, oh my fucking God. And then then it became real.
Where was she bleeding from? Where do you think?
when she was laying there, at first I saw no blood, nothing. I thought we were just resting, and she just felt like I threw her, and then, because after it went off, I looked around and I threw the gun on the floor, and I looked at what the fuck, and she's right there, and I said, hey, and stuff, and I don't know if I threw her, and boom, she hit something, and I was like, no, and then I look, I said, what the fuck? I start seeing like a little blood here. I put my hand there. This hole felt the hole somewhere over here. And then I moved. I said, Yvette, and her face was empty. I said, no, this, it was supposed to be me. No, this is not happening. This is not happening. And then I freaked out, and I was just there. I was just freaking out, and I couldn't even use the phone. I couldn't do anything for a while. I was like fucking freaked out.
When y'all were fighting over the gun, was your finger still on the trigger?
That's what I don't get. That whole time, I always kept it straight. I always keep it straight. I was in the Marine Corps. I always kept it straight. Oh, yeah, I know I'm doing stupid stuff now, and I know whatever happened over there happened, but I always kept my finger straight. I was always taught to do that. That's why when that happened, it went off. I don't know if it was my finger, her finger. That I don't fucking know. But it happened back here.
When y'all were struggling, did your finger slip in and hit the trigger?
I don't know. Because I keep them straight.
Okay. But it's possible that your finger went in and...
I don't know. The whole time we were fighting, the whole time I was down or whatever, my hand was always straight with it. She was just trying to grab it away from me and stuff.
Do you know if she grabbed the trigger?
Is that them?
Oh, no, sir. I'm sorry. No, sir. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Was it possible that her finger slipped inside the trigger guard and caught the trigger?
I don't. All she said was, "How would you like it if I was doing this or something like that?" I said, "I don't like it. I want you to stop that because it's not her."
When you yanked it back,
it's me.
Is that when it went off?
We were right there doing that, and you just heard it pop.
And was your hand on?
My hand was still on top of it with hers doing that.
Okay.
And I don't know.
Okay.
It's not right. Something's not right.
How many times did it discharge? Was it more than once, or was it one time?
No, sir, one time.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify that.
And then I looked around, like, what the heck? The gun went off, and it was her. I hit her right here. Like it's not. Like, it's unreal. It's not real. Because it was me. It was me. I had it to me. I had it here. I had it here. I had it everywhere. It was supposed to be me, not her being stupid and trying to stop me.
Did she say?
Fucking. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
She would stop. Yvette.
Did she say anything when she fell?
No.
That you can recall?
I was calling her name out. Babe. Her face was blank.
What do you mean by blank?
When I looked at her, when I saw her, I said, babe, and I moved that asshole. Oh, I moved her hand like that. I think I kissed her. I said, babe, please, baby, please, baby. And then I felt some meat over here. I said, no, baby. That's all I kept saying. I said, please wake up, baby, please wake up. And I just started praying. said, what? This was not supposed to happen. This was not supposed to happen. It was, you gotta understand. What happened to her was not supposed to happen. It was supposed to be me. That's not right.
Did you call 911 or did somebody else?
No, sir, I did.
You did?
I did.
From the,
And I begged him on the phone. So please send somebody. Tell me what to do. Tell me what to do. I asked him. I don't know if it was. No, it was a guy. And I kept begging him. Just tell me what to do. Tell me what the fuck to do. Please tell me what to do. And he didn't fucking care. He didn't fucking care. I said, I don't hear an ambulance. I don't hear anything. I don't hear anything. Please tell me what to do. And he said, just stay on the phone. Just stay on the phone. I said, look, please tell me. And I was there. Do I do CPR? What do I do? What do I do? How do I stop this? How do I?
Did you call anyone after? Did you call your son?
Yes, I called my son.
So
I called
your
my son. I
is
said,
Angel.
yes, I said, son, the gun went off. I shot her. I don't know. I need to call the ambulance. Call the ambulance, please. No, Dad knows I gotta go. I'm calling you. Please come over here and help me. Please help me. She shot it, and in my mind she wasn't, but I look at her. She was. She wouldn't respond to me. We gotta make sure she's okay.
after you made that phone call, what happened? What do you remember next? After you made the phone call?
911 told me,
After you made the phone call and you said, I shot her, what? Or the gun went off, what happened next?
I hung up and called 911.
Okay.
Or 911. I said, I have to call them. I always call my son about everything. He calls me.
So
they just had a miscarriage.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
You called your son first?
I think so.
And then you called 911?
I think so.
Okay.
I'm not sure, but I think that's the order. I think that's the order. But
so you called your son first, and you said the gun went off, and then you called 911?
I think so.
Okay. Do you remember what happened next?
I was asking them because my son's wife or her girlfriend, she works at the hospital, and I need. She's okay.
We're gonna step out here in a minute because it's only us two here. So we're gonna step out here in a minute and see if we can't figure out
what's going on.
Figure out a little bit more. You know what? Well, our main concern right now in this office was to figure out what happened. Let's put all the pieces together.
She's a beautiful person. She helps everybody. I told her, just leave me be. Leave me alone.
How many times had you thought about doing this in the past? Hurting yourself? You said in the car that this wasn't the first time. How many times did something like this happen? A lot.
Would you say on a weekly basis, or would you say on a daily basis, or would you say on a monthly basis? How often? Don't know. Let me ask you a question. How long have y'all been together?
Over a year.
So over 1 year. And in that year, we talked about infidelity. Was it, so y'all been together for a year, and you said earlier that you had a little over a year, and you said that you had confided in her and told her about talked about infidelity. Was it shortly after y'all were together? I mean, because kind of the way I do the math would be, y'all would have been together maybe a few months, maybe. Does that sound right? And then the infidelity takes place, and you happen to tell her about that. So y'all go about 1 more year together, and obviously it came up again. It came up tonight. Within the time being of 1.5 years, how often would you guys argue about that? Or argue about you harming yourself? I mean, would you say 5 times? Would you say 10 times?
I would tell her, but I wouldn't do
Right.
anything. I just wanted her to stop telling me. And then she would cry.
And how was it in the past when you would tell her? Would y'all get into a small physical altercation in the past? Or was that just tonight?
I don't understand how tonight happened.
I mean, because obviously tonight there was some shoving going on. It was trying to take the way. You explained to us that.
Sure.
But in the past previous arguments that you've had with her, would y'all do the same thing? Would y'all tussle?
No, sir. It wasn't like that.
So this time was a little more involved than it had been in the past. And what made tonight different that we got to this point?
I don't know. I don't know if it's because she jumped at me to get it, or
Was this the first time that she'd actually tried to stop you?
No, but she's never wasn't aggressive. She's an aggressive person, but she would just crying the other time, and I was crying. I just gave it to her.
You just handed the gun over. And what do you have the gun for?
Just protection.
Protection.
She even told me their dad would beat her. Their baby's dad. I'm just a stepdad.
Okay.
He would beat her, and a couple of her boyfriends, and one was stalking her and in jail.
So they were physically abusive towards her.
And so I gave her my word. I would never put my hands on you. You know, I would never. I got out of a relationship. I didn't touch her either. She would hit me quite a bit. But I would, like, I used to be able to bar fights and stuff. Just in the Marines, I fought that stuff. My dad.
Do you felt like, since you struggled with this in the past, that
I told her everything.
In the 1.5 years, you pretty much explained, but you're 40, 42, 44? So pretty much in the 1.5 years, you've pretty much told her your whole 44 years worth of your life. We appreciate you talking to us and helping us try to put all of the pieces together. We understand that your adrenaline is still flowing and it's going to continue to flow. you know, what happened tonight, all we can do at this point is pray.
Yes, sir.
You know, pray to the good man above and ask for forgiveness.
Yes, sir. I know it's gonna be okay. Me and her do everything right. We do everything right.
You know, God is a powerful man.
Yes, sir.
You know,
Yes, sir.
Is there anything that we didn't ask you or that we didn't discuss that you feel like that we should know? Any part of this that we left out, or anything that we skipped over, or?
I don't know at this time, sir.
Okay.
I'm honestly.
Detective Shriver will give you
I
a
can't even
card.
remember what I just said. It's like everything's not making sense to me. This isn't real. This isn't real. This didn't happen. This is not supposed to happen. Like this, me and her were gonna get married. This is not what was supposed to happen.
Would you like to talk to your son for just a couple of minutes?
You would?
Yes, sir, if I could.
We have a few things that we need to do after this. We'll get the ball rolling, but
I'm going to jail.
right. And I explained, you know, I didn't want to,
I'm not saying I know.
right.
I know it went off.
Right.
But I know I didn't pull it. I know I didn't.
We didn't
But I
want
know
to,
I shouldn't have had it. I know I shouldn't have.
we didn't want to sugarcoat anything, and that's why we both, that's why we both said from the very beginning, you know, when we're done here, you will be transported to the Lubbock County Jail. You know, we wanted to make that very clear from the very beginning.
Yes, sir.
You know,
I used to. I've been to jail before. I changed my life.
and that's a good
She
thing.
helped me. I gave it to God.
That's a good thing.
I just.
And don't stop praying. Continue to pray. I'll go get Angel. We'll talk to him for a couple of minutes. And then I need to ask him a few things. And once we ask him that, we'll get the ball rolling with you. And we've got a few more things that we need to take care of. Okay? Let me go get him real quick and I'll be right back, all right?
I did. Pretty good one.
Talk to him for just a few minutes, okay? I've already explained to him that.
Can I hold him?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can.
Okay. They can bring my insulin. My insulin. I just have a little bit left. diabetes. It's She was what? They said? Is that true? Is that true?
What's that?
Did she pass away? Did she?
We don't know, Juan. Like we said before, I wasn't gonna sugarcoat anything. We don't know.
Please find out. He said the news said.
We will double check, okay? We will double check for you. I say double check. We will check for you.
It's supposed to be me. It's supposed to be me. Give him one that said, or give me a hug. Give him a hug real quick and we'll get back up to you. I'm sorry, Angel. I'm sorry. Please don't. Please don't. Put him here. No, this is not happening. I'm sorry. We'll be by your side.
We got a few things to do, Carlos, and then I'll make a phone call, okay? Okay?
We're gonna be here for you.
Do you need to pray, man?
I don't know what to say. I don't believe it's not true. She's not. I know she. Can we try to get you to go to church? You're best me out. It's not you. That can't be you.
Yes.
I don't know what happened. She was trying to take it away from me.
That's me and go with you and I'll
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Get back in and I'll come danger real quick. Alright, you wanna come with me?
Over here, please. I'm sorry.
Hey, come with me and we'll let you go. Let's go. Let you take a leak, okay?
Yes, sir. Please.
Real quick, Miss Juan, everything you told us is true and correct, right?
Yes, sir.
You swear that?
Yes, but from what I remember, sir, that's...
All right. Go ahead and stop the recording at 10:36.
On December 6, 2019, Juan Carlos Gallardo was found guilty for the murder of Yvette Ellis, and he was sentenced to life in prison. He did not testify in his trial, but there was one thing that he did not account for. His 8-year-old son, who was 5 at the time, witnessed the incident, and he did testify against his father in court.
Gallardo, her boyfriend, told detectives it was an accident, an argument with a gun that accidentally went off. But prosecutors say that's not what happened.
Police upgraded the charge from manslaughter to murder probably within 12 hours, I would think. Anytime you're dealing with someone who's done something that's that vicious, they're never going to tell you what the emotional driver was or what the real reason that happened.
Ultimately, the judge agreed, sentencing Gallardo to life in prison, describing Ellis's murder as an execution.
Thank you all so much for watching. We have lots of new content coming soon, so make sure you're subscribed with the notifications on, and we will see you in the next one.